So imagine a world where your operations are so dialed in, so remarkably precise, that you only make 3.4 mistakes out of a million tries. Seriously, out of a million. Sounds kind of like science fiction, doesn't it? But that exact level of precision is the tantalizing promise at the heart of our explainer today.
Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're taking those intimidating corporate buzzwords and turning them into a practical, everyday playbook. We're going to demystify exactly how top-tier companies hunt down problems, eliminate waste, and get to that near-flawless performance.
Okay, let's run through the agenda real quick. We've got the power of process improvement, Six Sigma's history, the massive benefits, how to pick the right projects, the DMAIC playbook, and finally, we'll wrap up with some real-world success stories.
Section 1, the power of process improvement.
We have to start with a universal pain point. Every single organization, no matter how big or small, deals with inefficient operations. They waste time, they bleed money, and man, they definitely test customer patience. But process improvement flips that script. It's a continuous loop of identifying a workflow, analyzing the bottlenecks, redesigning a better way, implementing the change, and then monitoring it to make absolutely sure it sticks. Basically, it's making things work better, faster, and cheaper. By optimizing workflows through that kind of relentless cycle, organizations dramatically enhance what's known as the golden triangle: quality, cost, and time. You boost quality by cutting out variability and standardizing the best practices. You slash costs by stopping resource waste in its tracks. And you save a ton of time by just getting rid of redundant steps, meaning you can respond to the market with lightning speed.
Section 2, a brief history of Six Sigma.
Now, Six Sigma is the ultimate methodology for all of this. And the crucial thing to understand here is that it's absolutely not about guesswork or just getting people in a room to brainstorm. It's a relentless, hardcore, data-driven pursuit to minimize variation and hit that crazy target of 3.4 defects per million. The backstory is actually super fascinating. Back in the 1980s, an engineer named Bill Smith birthed the concept over at Motorola to fix some massive quality issues they were having. Then in the 90s, Jack Welch took it to General Electric and made it world famous by rolling it out across every single division. And by the 2000s, it just spread like wildfire out of the factories and into totally different sectors like healthcare and finance. And then things evolved into Lean Six Sigma. This is basically the ultimate hybrid toolkit. You take Lean, which is entirely focused on reducing waste and keeping work flowing smoothly, and you mash it up with Six Sigma's obsession with reducing defects. Put them together, and it's a total game changer for comprehensive business efficiency. Section 3, the benefits of Six Sigma. So why go through all the trouble of upending how your business runs? Well, to put the financial impact into perspective, $10 billion. That's what General Electric saved under Jack Welch by using these exact principles. $10 billion. That's not just trimming the fat, that is completely transforming your financial reality just by optimizing processes and cutting down on errors. But, it's really not just about the money. The qualitative wins are huge. You get fiercely loyal customers because you're consistently delivering exactly what they want. You empower your employees because you're finally giving them the tools to fix the headaches they deal with every single day. Plus, you significantly reduce your legal liability, which is huge in fields like healthcare, simply by minimizing faulty outcomes. Okay, so you're sold on the benefits, right? But every organization has dozens, maybe hundreds of broken processes staring them in the face. So, where do you even start? Section 4, picking the right projects. Picking the wrong project is just a massive drain on time and energy, and it'll kill your team's momentum. You need a rigorous selection process. So you have to ask, does this project actually align with our strategic goals? Is it feasible in terms of time and budget? What is the impact on the voice of the customer? Like, will they even care that we fix this? You also need highly measurable outcomes and, of course, stakeholder readiness, meaning you actually have the leadership backing to push these changes through. Section 5, the DMAIC playbook. Once you've got your perfect project, you run it through the DMAIC playbook. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. If Six Sigma had a heartbeat, this 5-phase roadmap is literally it. It forces teams to slow down, rely on hard data, and systematically build a repeatable path to better processes. In the early stages, you define your destination and measure where you're starting from. In the define phase, you might use a SIPOC diagram to map out your suppliers, inputs, the process itself, outputs, and customers, so everyone gets the big picture.
Then in Measure, well, actually, you don't just measure. You establish a rock-solid baseline using process flowcharts and measurement system analysis to guarantee your data is actually reliable before you proceed.
Then we hit the analyze phase, where you're basically playing detective. You're hunting for true root causes here, not just slapping a band-aid on the symptoms. You might use a fishbone diagram to visually categorize causes, or a Pareto chart to find that 20% of issues that are causing 80% of your pain. And the 5 whys technique, it's kind of like being a very persistent toddler, just asking why over and over until the real root cause finally cracks. Finally, we test and lock in the fixes. In the improve phase, you brainstorm and run small pilot tests, maybe even design some experiments to see how different variables interact. But fixing it once is never enough, right? The control phase ensures you don't just slide back into old bad habits. You permanently lock in those gains using control charts, checklists, and real-time process dashboards. Section 6. Real-world success stories. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world, way beyond the traditional factory floor. Bank of America used Six Sigma to drastically cut down their loan approval times and slash paperwork errors. Virginia Mason Medical Center applied it to reduce patient wait times and cut down on critical medical errors. And over in tech, HP used these exact tools to tighten up their software delivery and speed up their time to market. But here's the absolute most crucial takeaway from our explainer today. Running the DMAIC playbook on a single project is fantastic, but true, long-lasting organizational excellence, that requires building a permanent culture of continuous, data-driven improvement. It is a never-ending journey. So, as we wrap up today, I've got a challenge for you. You don't need to be a Fortune 500 executive to use this stuff. Take a hard look at your own daily routines and workflows. What hidden defects and frustrating bottlenecks are lurking in your day right now? What is your personal process improvement project going to be?